Hello, this is Tyler Shaw with NOMAD Outfitters, and today we have a 2016 Land Cruiser 200 that we're going to go through. This particular build is for a field artillery lieutenant in the U.S. Army. He came to us originally towards the end of 2020. We did his Phase 1 in May of 2021, and we just completed his Phase 2. This particular build is a good example of our phased-in approach. Some clients would like to do more of a phased-in approach to spread the cost out of a build over time. And as we all know, these things can get expensive in a hurry. With a phased-in approach, we would look at it as, okay, we're doing this in your Phase 1. We need to be thinking about your Phase 2 and your Phase 3. The main goal of this is to save the client money wherever we can. If we're doing something in his Phase 1, we don't want to have to go back and do it again in his Phase 2 or 3 if we can avoid it at all. Diving into the suspension, this client chose a Fox coil over in the front with external DSC adjustable reservoirs. In the rear with the same setup as a Fox DSC adjustable reservoir shock. Timbren bump stops front and back, SPC upper control arms. Wheels are Icon 6-speed in bronze wrapped in a KO2 285/75 R17. Rear control arms are Dobinson lower control arms with a Dobinson Panhard bar and a Panhard bar correction bracket. Up top, the client chose a 2.2 meter full-length K9 Eezi-Awn roof rack. We do like the full-length racks. It does give several different options for awnings, rooftop tents, and additional storage. For the rear bumper, we added a Dissent Offroad single-arm rear carrier. This is their aluminum steel hybrid setup that does save weight wherever it can while still being a very solid product. There is possible plans for a dual swing out. The client has mentioned that he may want to do a triple jerry can holder for water storage. You can also see the Weboost 5G booster that we added. Going to the front of the vehicle, we also added a Dissent Off-Road aluminum steel hybrid setup in their low profile modular bumper. On this one, we did the bullet lights, the Baja Design Squadron fog lights, the Baja Design LP6 auxiliary lights, and a Warn Evo 10S winch with a factor 55 ultra hook and fair lead. Underneath the vehicle, you can see this client chose to go with Dissent Off-Road skid plates as well. They provide great coverage, and we have nothing but good things to say about Dissent overall. Sliders were made in-house by our business partner, High Country 4x4 in their fab shop. Going to the rear of the vehicle, you can see this client chose to go with a dual drawer system made by Air Down Gear Up. We do like having a dual drawer system in the rear. When you're camping, when you stop on a trail, chances are you open up the back and you get your gear out. This provides a great platform for a fridge storage or gear storage in general. This particular one does have a sleeping platform, which is nice, and it does give another option to sleeping up on the roof with a rooftop tent or on the ground. Although we do offer a few different options for rear storage in these builds, the Air Down Gear Up is the only platform system that we know of that does not require a lower plate for mounting. This does save weight, and wherever we can save weight on these builds, it is very important. Going in the cab, you can barely see it, but to the right of the steering wheel is this client's control for his 12.5-gallon Long Range America auxiliary fuel tank mounted in the rear. This does transfer fuel from the auxiliary tank to the main tank per the push of a button. To the left of the steering wheel, you can see the controls for the ARB Twin Air Compressor, as well as its two front auxiliary lights that were installed. This client wanted to keep more of a factory look for his Phase 1 and Phase 2, and this was achieved with just using OEM-style switches in his existing blanks. I believe the last piece to talk about is the raised air intake and pre-filter that were installed in his Phase 1. And besides that, another great build out the door. A great client with a rig that's pretty well set up to tackle whatever he would like to throw at it. If you enjoyed this build, please give us a follow as we'll have another one rolling out next week. In the meantime, if you have any questions or concerns or would like us to do a build for you, please don't hesitate to hit us up. Thank you.